Hi folks, welcome to another stall13.com video. We're out in the middle of the ranch and we're actually looking at what I like to call my safety deposit box of food. This is round bales that were baled here on the ranch. This was our first cutting. We didn't get a second cutting. We're in a severe drought here in Oklahoma, all over western Oklahoma. Now, what we're going to talk about is shopping for round bales. I got to be honest with you, all the time on the radio show I talk about I'm not a big fan of feeding these big fat balls of hay to horses because you never really know what's inside of them until you start unraveling them. I think there's a great waste of hay. If you're going to feed a round bale, you need to have a round bale feeder. By the way, we have a round bale feeder video. Please watch it if you're watching this one. Round bale feeders for horse hay. Please watch that video. Good. I wish I could have made one long video like a movie, but it'd been boring. But anyways, whether you have a big round bale or you have a small round bale, there's some things to think about when you're shopping for hay. Where are they stored? Now, it just so happens that I'm on a gravel road here. There's rock. This road is crowned because it was professionally made. That means that when it rains or there's snow, there's going to be moisture, but it's also going to leave here. So that means that these round bales are never sitting in mud or puddles of water. They're also out in the middle of nowhere. There's not going to be a lot of snow drifts around them. That is important because a round bale that actually sits on the ground, ladies and gentlemen, I can guarantee you, you're going to lose between 6 to 8 inches of rotten hay that a horse should never eat because they'd colic or founder or kill them. They won't even use it. They won't even want to eat it. Also, are the bales held together with what's called wrapping or netting? Or do they just have a bunch of strands of twine like a regular square bale? That's important because the net wrapping makes them easier to transport. The net wrapping does act kind of like a sealer to keep the bale wholesome. You're going to lose hay with a round bale. Right now, these round bales, they were baled perfect. They were stored as good as we can. And we're still going to lose 6 to 8 inches on the ground. We're also going to lose about 3 to 4 inches around this bale because it acts like skin, like weatherizing. This isn't going to be any good. Horses know this. If you ever put a round bale in front of horses, even cattle, what do? They eat the inside of the bale out. When you're shopping for a bale, you want to look at the outside, but you want to dig at it. You want to see what's in that bale. See if you can get your hand in there. Because if you can stick your hand in a round bale, that's not a good round bale. And the reason is it means that it wasn't wrapped up really tight. If you're buying them by the bale, you could be getting screwed. If you're buying round bales by the ton, what does it matter? You're buying by weight. You have to think about these things when you're buying round bales. The other thing, the last thing that I want to tell you about a round bale is just like a square bale. When you smell it, actually smells like summer in Oklahoma. Pretty windy out here. Hay is in short supply, ladies and gentlemen. It's December of 2011. Winter really hasn't hit most of the country yet, and there's a real great shortage of hay. You're going to find people selling you all kinds of junk, and that's one of my big pet peeves around round bales. I know what's in this bale because it was baled right here at my home, right here on the ranch at the home place. I know there's no sticks, twigs, paper, all those things because we inspect the fields before we bale them. But can you actually say that about a bale that you buy at an auction barn, you buy off the internet through a newspaper, a poster or flyer on a bulletin board at a feed store? No, you can't. You don't know till you start unraveling these things. They literally unroll like a cinnamon roll. It's hard enough with a square bale, you're really never going to know what's in these things. So just try to take this information, be smart with your money, and remember that horses don't have to have great hay, but they do have to have good quality, wholesome hay. This has been another stall13.com video. Take care of yourselves and take care of your horses.